If you're new to riding, you will make mistakes, but some of those mistakes will cost you big time. In this video, I'll be breaking down 5 most common mistakes that beginner riders make that can wreck your confidence, your bike, or worse, your safety. This is the top 5 mistakes that people make as a beginner rider. So the first one that I will say is the beginner mistake is target fixation. You may ask, what is target fixation? Target fixation is when, say for example, I'm making this turn, right? And my eyes are stuck on this rock instead of focusing through the turn. Look, it's focused on the rock. Look what happened. You see that? You see how the bike wanted to go towards where I was looking at? Let's use something else as an example. Target fixation is when you, instead of looking through the turn, you stuck looking at the object or the hazard or like a pothole in the turn. Look, I'm gonna stay looking at the rock. Make this turn. See, look. Whoa. You see that? You see how the bike wanted to go to where I was looking? That's target fixation. How can you avoid this? You want to avoid this by looking through the turn. Looking through the turn instead of looking at the object or the hazard ahead of you. Don't get distracted with the scenery around you, especially when you're making a turn. Always look through it. Look towards the very end of the turn. You look, always remember you want to look where you want to go, not where you always want to look where you want to go. Look, let me show you a perfect example. I'm making this right turn. Instead of looking at the rock this time, I'm looking straight through. Look, I'm looking straight through. The bike will go exactly where you want. Let's say if I'm looking over there trying to make a turn. Look, the bike look, you see? You want to get that head around, you want to make sure you look through that turn. This next one, I can't stress it enough. Over or under braking. Over or under braking, I can't stress this enough to you guys. Because for example, say if you get in a situation and you go panic brake. Say if you rely just solely on the rear brake, it's not enough power. That's considered under braking because it's not enough power to stop you in time. Look, so for example, say if I'm about to hit this, I'm gonna just hit my rear brake. Look, you see? Not enough power to stop you in time. Imagine you going 30, 40, 50 miles per hour. I'm only going 10 miles per hour. So that's not a big deal, but just imagine. And over braking. You never want to over brake. You never want to over brake because it can cause you to either skid or you can flip over the bike. You know what I'm saying? Like most of you guys know I have been in an accident before, and that accident would be considered, it'll be more considered like I over brake, which saves me from wrecking, but I still over brake. You know what I'm saying? Which caused me to flip over my bike. So you always want to be mindful, and the way you can avoid this, is by hey, I got distracted by the police car. The way you can avoid this is by practice progressively braking. Don't grab your brake. You want to make sure it's smooth. Look, like this. And when you come to stop, you want to try to make sure that right foot is on the peg. Don't immediately take that right foot down. You want to, you know what I'm saying? Use both brakes. Remember, like typically they always say the front one is about 70% and the rear one about 30%. You'll get used to it the more you practice. So I recommend practicing every time you go out, but make sure you practice in an empty parking lot as well, so you don't put nobody or yourself in danger of getting hit by a vehicle, you know? Hey, progressive. Oh, I ended up stalling anyways. Cause I was just about to say, y'all might ask, why do I grabbing the clutch when I'm doing my emergency braking? The reason why I grab into it, because to avoid stalling. Cause say if I get in a situation where I want to brake and swerve, if I brake too hard, I could potentially like stall out the bike. But you want to try to avoid that. So say if you brake, close that brake and swerve to avoid the obstacle. You remember, always go towards the end of the obstacle so you don't get hit by the obstacle, you know? Alright guys, so the next mistake I would like to go over, the next mistake will be improper cornering. So say for example, improper cornering, you may ask, what is it? Improper cornering is for example, if I'm coming up on the corner and you taking the corner way too fast, or you going out too wide. You want to make sure you take these corners at a proper speed. Slow down before the corner. Never slow down while you initiating the lean. You want to practice counter steering as well. You know what I'm saying? You may ask, what is that? Look, for example, at this slow speed, I push right, I go right. Push left, I go left. But if you leaning, it's like I'm not going fast enough, so it's like hard to explain. But if it's leaning, like the tire will be going like that way, you know, kind of. A little bit, it'll be going like off to the left. And while you leaning. Let me see if I can take this other corner, this corner up here fast enough so y'all can see. Let me see. I gotta be careful because the roads are kind of wet. You know, you always want to do is safe for your environment. So, we'll go. See? It's like the tire was aimed that way a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But you always want to practice proper corner and make sure you slow down, like, make sure you slow down for the corner. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just speed through. Make sure you have steady throttle. Don't be having a choppy throttle, because you can eventually like low slide. You can low slide, or you can go onto oncoming traffic. That's why it's dangerous. So you always want to make sure you practice your techniques. Always. Next one is very important. Like all of them I always say is important, but this next one is extremely important. As I always stress to y'all, the importance of checking your gear. And your gear is like the stuff you wear and the stuff that the stuff you wearing and the stuff that you riding with. The stuff that you riding on. You never want to go, like, you never want to get on the bike and not check it. You never want to get on the bike and not check it. Like, for example, your gear. Like, I had a situation one time. Say if I would have got in an accident, I could have been seriously hurt. I forgot to strap up my helmet, which is extremely dangerous, you know? Because say if I would have gotten in an accident and my helmet would have flipped off. That's the thing that was supposed to protect my head in case of a major accident. And I neglected to check that. That's nobody's fault but mine, you know? And for example, you always want to make sure you check your bike, because checking your bike is very important. Check your bike, make sure your chain, the oils, make sure your chain, oils, fluids, all that, your tire, the correct tire thread, all that, make sure it's all good. Because like I said last time, these two wheels is what's keeping you up. You want to make sure you stay safe. Next one is very important. I know I say about all of them, but all these tips is extremely important. Having overconfidence too soon. Like riding above your skill set. Like say for example, this road I'm going 100 and I'm trying to lean. I know that's not my skill level, you know what I'm saying? My skill level is speed limit always. So you never want to be overconfident too soon. That's like to the point where you got to get your ego in check, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that was a big dip. You don't want to be overconfident too soon though. You want to have that ego in check, ride your own ride, especially when you're with people. Say if they have more skill levels than you, right? You'll be tempted you'll be tempted to go above your skill set, and that is extremely dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like, say for example, if somebody driving over, say you in the canyon roads, right, and your partner, he riding over 80 miles per hour through the canyon, guess what you'll be tempted to do? Try to keep up, but never be overconfident too soon. You know what I'm saying? You may be feeling good, you may check your bike, you may have did all that, but if you get overconfident too soon, that's what leads to crashes. That's what's going to lead you to crashes, and that's what you want to be mindful of. Because that can be very dangerous, and at the end of the day, your life is the most safest thing. Your life is the most... Like, to me, what's important to me is that you go home with your life. You know what I'm saying? Pretty sure y'all got people that love you and truly care about you. They probably didn't even want you to get a bike, but you did it anyway. And that was tip number 5. Have any of you guys have made this mistake? Have made these mistakes? If you made these mistakes, share it in the comment section so we all can learn from them. You know what I'm saying? Or what did end up happening to you? Share what happened. You know, I can even share some of my stories. Y'all ask about it, I'll share some of mine. Always make sure you check it out. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips and tricks. You know what I'm saying? I post these every single Friday, so make sure y'all come in and show some love. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all stay up and stay blessed.